Good afternoon, everyone. We hope you're having a great Monday so far. A very warm welcome to the NUS CDE eOpen House 2026. We're excited to have you with us today. My name is Yuening. I'm a Year 2 Student Ambassador here at CDE, and I will be your host for this session. Let's take a quick look at what we have lined up for you. You're currently attending the third Zoom webinar of the CDE eOpen House today. And for this 2 p.m. segment, we'll be shining the spotlights on 3 of our engineering programs: Civil Engineering, Environmental and Sustainability Engineering, and Infrastructure and Project Management. We'll kick things off with an overview presentations for each program so you can get a better sense of what they are about. After that, we'll move into our Ask Me Anything session where you'll get to hear directly from our faculty members and students. So do keep your questions coming. From 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., we'll have more engineering programs webinars lined up. Simply scan a QR code to join the session that interests you. At 3 p.m., we have Impacting Lives, featuring biomedical engineering, chemical engineering, and material science and engineering. At 4 p.m., we have Reimagining Systems and Digital World, including computer engineering, electrical engineering, and industrial and systems engineering. At 5 p.m., we have Intelligence, Machine, and Systems, covering engineering science, mechanical engineering, robotic, and machine intelligence. Before we begin, here are some quick reminders. Please use your first name when joining the session so we can address you personally. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the Q&A box at any time during the seminar. Our team of program representatives is on standby to respond to your queries throughout the session. We also invite you to scan a QR code on the screen to access our Discover CDE brochure, which contains detailed information about all our programs. I'll leave this slide up for a few seconds. Now, let me introduce the faculty members and students joining us for this segment. Representing Civil Engineering, we have Associate Prof. Pang and Ben. From Environmental and Sustainability Engineering, we're joined by Prof. Hu Jiangyong and Xander. And for Infrastructure and Project Management, we have Associate Prof. Stephen Tay and Sean. Do look forward to hear from the insights and experiences. Now, without further ado, I'm pleased to introduce our first presenter, Prof. Pang.
Hi, I'm Professor Pang Zedai. I'm going to share with you today the Bachelor of Civil Engineering program at NUS. So what is civil engineering? Civil engineers plan, design, create, and manage a livable city around us. You look at the iconic structures that define our identity, the smart infrastructures that connect our communities, or the nature-based solutions that address our climate crisis, or the sustainable solutions that safeguard our future, or even the green solutions that minimize our carbon footprint. All these involve the work of civil engineers. Many companies in Singapore are actively seeking to hire civil engineers, with several of them being recognized as some of the best employers in the country. Notable examples include Wohab, which is one of the biggest and oldest construction firm in Singapore, the Changi Airport Group, CapitaLand, Obayashi Singapore, and even a resort place such as Sentosa Development Corporation. If you are inspired to pursue civil engineering and contribute to building a more sustainable and resilient environment, the next question is, where is the best place to study civil engineering? Without a doubt, the answer is the National University of Singapore, NUS. Consistently ranked among the top 5 in the world and number 1 in Asia, NUS offers the highest ranked civil engineering program in the region, a distinction it has held for several years. Our civil engineering graduates are consistently ranked the best in the world by employers for being competent, innovative, and effective. Civil engineers have always played a leading role in championing sustainable development. Our civil engineering graduates are at the forefront of driving sustainability. If you aspire to be a future leader in this field, the NUS Civil Engineering program is the ideal path for you. We provide not only top-tier training to build a strong foundation in civil engineering, but also a curriculum enriched with experiential learning that equips our graduates with 21st century skills. These skills enable them to adapt and excel across diverse industries. Our graduates have made their mark in fields such as entrepreneurship, engineering consultancy, banking and finance, property development, law, corporate strategy, chemicals, planning and policy, business consultancy, and project management. Their success demonstrates the versatility and adaptability of our graduates, allowing them to thrive in a rapidly evolving global landscape. And we do provide all our new students a free iPad for them to experience a truly digital learning experience in NUS. So do watch out, join us, and you will receive this iPad, which will assist you in your experiential learning or digital learning throughout your 4 years. This year happens to be our 70th anniversary, and for this 70th anniversary, we do line up a series of awards. And we have at the top tier the Stellar Awards, where students will receive tuition fee waiver for their 4 years. And the next few awards, the Excellence Award, the Honors Awards, the Merit Award, they will have different amounts ranging from 4,000 to 6,000, where students are able to tap on this money to help them to have a better learning experience. And for the top tier, they do also receive Masters Award, where they can receive free Masters program upon graduation. So please scan the first QR code to find out more about civil engineering, and please scan the second QR code to view the more comprehensive video about civil engineering. Thank you, and I hope to see you in CDE and to join us in civil engineering.
Hi everyone, welcome to this briefing session. I am Professor Hu Zhangyong, Director of the Environmental and Sustainability Engineering Program at NUS. I would like to brief you about saving the planet with environmental and sustainability engineering. So first of all, what is environmental and sustainability engineering? Environmental and sustainability engineering explore the scientific principles and translate them to protect human and our valuable ecosystems from the adverse environmental issues such as climate change, energy shortage, air and water pollutions, as well as seawater level rising, and so on and so forth. Environmental and sustainability engineers develop innovative solutions and technologies to improve the quality of the environment and to enhance the health of the living system through the cost-effective and sustainable manners. So I would like to mention to you the key features of NUS Environmental and Sustainability Engineering program here. So first of all, our program is a professional degree, which allow our students after their graduation to go for professional registration. And one example is chartered engineer. Once registered as a chartered engineer, our graduates will further advance their career development. And students enroll into our program will have plenty of the opportunities to have experiential learning, authentic learning, as well as active interaction experiences with our faculty members, with our alumni, and with our industrial collaborators. In this program, there's a long list of award-winning educators from the best of the environmental science field. And according to QS World University Ranking, NUS Environmental Science was ranked number 10 in the world in 2025. Now, I'm going to touch on the curriculum domain areas. In our program, we covered climate change, resource management, circular economy, environmental sustainability, water quality enhancement, water reclamation and reuse, alternative energy sources, as well as air quality management. Our program is also very flexible. Students can make use of their unrestricted electives and based on their interest to choose second major, minor, and specialization to pair with their first major. So in terms of the minor program, students can consider data engineering, entrepreneurship, geographical information systems, as well as environmental sustainability. For second major, students can consider sustainable urban development, public health, life sciences, and economics. Students also can read a specialization in digitalization in urban infrastructure, which is offered by the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. Students come to our program can consider applying scholarships and awards. Okay, students can consider Singapore Sustainability Scholarships offered by PUB-NEA. They also can consider scholarships and sponsorships offered by BCA. What's more, CE department would like to offer to the incoming student, including the RNS man returning to NUS this year, CE 70 Years Anniversary Award. So in this award, we cover a standard award, which offers a student full undergraduate tuition fee coverage, together with a CDE Master Award with total fee of $86,000 to the recipients. We also give out Excellence Award and Honors Award as well as a Merit Award. All the awards will be based on the students' JC, IB, and Police results. Okay, student after graduation, they would like to go into either public sector or private sector. And if the student choose to work in the government-related agencies, they will focus on technological systems, policy frameworks, as well as coastal protection. If they opt for consultancy and other firms, they will then focus on sustainability consultancy as well as green finance. Students also can promote entrepreneurship by doing social entrepreneurship as well as technopreneurship. Okay, with that, I come to the end. I would like to urge the potential student to study environmental and sustainability engineering, join ESE at NUS. Together with us, we make an impact, we save the planet. All right, for students who would like to find out more information about our environmental and sustainability engineering program, please scan the first QR code and look at the first website. For students who are interested in the CDE admission activities in this year, please scan the second QR code and also find out more information from the website. And for students who like to see the comprehensive video about our program, please also look into the second website. And if you have any questions, any doubts, you'd like to find out more from our program, and please feel free to email me. Thank you very much for your attention.
At the Department of the Built Environment, we are excited to offer a unique engineering degree that integrates engineering, management, finance, and law for the built environment. And that is the Bachelor's of Engineering in Infrastructure and Project Management. I'm Associate Professor Stephen Tay, and it gives me great pleasure to share more about the program with you. Now, if you're interested in leading complex projects successfully, building cities, infrastructure and systems that last, and manage infrastructure and assets with appreciating value, then the IPM program is for you. We are ranked 9th in the world for built environment education, and hence you can be assured of a quality undergraduate experience. Singapore is involved with several mega projects, of which Terminal 5 is just one such example, with many more in the pipeline. Now, the IPM program provides the following unique offerings. First, we have a distinct finance emphasis that allows students to integrate finance and engineering to provide a very unique combination and highly marketable skill set. Second, there is an emphasis on sustainability, which allows for students interested in the topic to deepen their passion in this area through their specialization in sustainable green buildings. And this is offered only for our IPM students. Third, we train our students to cultivate and hone their leadership and management skills, and specifically to handle legal and financial dimensions within the built environment. In addition to the core courses, we have several electives listed in this slide that offer students who are interested to deepen their knowledge in project management, cost and contract management, facilities management, and fourth, sustainable and digital technologies. In addition to the electives shown, we are also excited to share our specialization in sustainable green buildings that consist of curated courses for students to deepen their knowledge and skills. Now, we understand that wellness is a key aspect for the undergraduate experience and have curated events with our undergraduates for our undergraduates. Now, these activities span from a hike at the Marina area, the Labrador area, tea sessions and therapy sessions with furry friends. Now, notice the smiles from those involved in the photos. Now, these are signs where we gain fulfillment, where we realize that our students benefit from these well-being events that we have organized for them. So what do our students do in the classrooms? Now, we engage with several teaching approaches, from practical hands-on experience with robotics and digital twins in the Center for 5G Digital Building Technology, to experiential learning for IPM students with industry-standard design tools, and even site visits to engage with case studies that deepen their appreciation of the subjects taught. Now, beyond the classroom, we encourage our students to go overseas to acquire valuable experience in a different culture. And as you can see over here, our students are enjoying themselves overseas, and some of them are even partaking in activities that are unique to the particular city that they are visiting. Now, we've talked a lot about our students. How about our professors? Now, we are proud of our faculty members who are distinguished individuals both in research, as shown in the photo on the left, and in teaching, as shown in the photo on the right. Now, in addition, from the pictures that you see in this slide, we are also happy to share that the IPM degree is the first and only undergraduate degree in NUS to be recognized by the Singapore Green Building Council, or SGBC, for the Green Mark Associate Accreditation, and Building Smart Singapore for Tier 2 and Tier 4 accreditation. Our students come from a very diverse background, but they all have one common background or denominator. They are all passionate in leading, building, and managing projects. And when these students join us in IPM, they gain meaningful employment subsequently in the following organizations that you see in this slide. And you can see that these range from public, private, local, and overseas organizations, and some of them even work in banks. For example, our graduates shown in this slide hold roles in the APAC region for JLL, digital transformation in JTC, with the carbon calculator as an example, investment and asset management in private equity, sustainability for McKinsey & Company, quantity surveying at Asia Infrastructure Solutions, and ESG consulting at PIA from CBRE. Now, at the bottom of the slide, you'll find that 6 out of the 11 areas within the skills framework for built environment career pathways are areas that our graduates can find employment in. Now, for more details, we encourage you to visit our program website, where you'll find additional resources and information, and we look forward to welcoming you to CDE. And again, to conclude, we would like to end that if you're interested in leading, planning, building, and managing assets in the built environment, then IPM is a degree for you. Now, we at the Department of the Built Environment look forward to seeing you this year. Thank you.
Hello everyone, so I'm Harini, Year 4 Student Ambassador from CDE, and I'll be moderating the Q&A session right now. So before we get into it, maybe let's get all our panelists to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Pang Zidai from the Civil Engineering program.
Hi, I'm Ben Loh. I'm from the Civil Engineering program.
Hi, I'm Hu Zhangyong. I'm from the Environmental and Sustainability Engineering program.
Hi, I'm Ko Ing Si from the Environmental and Sustainability Engineering program.
Hello everyone, I'm Associate Professor Stephen Tay from the Department of the Built Environment and also the Program Director for the Bachelors of Engineering in Infrastructure and Project Management.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean, representing the Infrastructure and Project Management program.
Okay, so shall we get right into our first question? The first question is, which softwares will I expect to learn and use under the Civil Engineering program? So maybe we can start this question off with Prof. Peng.
AI has been probably affecting most of the industry, and in NUS Civil Engineering program, we do infuse a lot of softwares and AI into it. So students will be learning programs which are like building information modeling. They also learn coding, Python. And then they also go into more specialized software which are used a lot in the industry. For example, Plexis, Abacus, and so on. So you will see that in general, their students will pick up a lot of the software or coding skills and computing skills, such that some of our graduates actually go into software companies or even digital computing and consulting companies when they graduate.
Okay, thank you so much for answering the question. So the next question is, how is environmental studies different from environmental and sustainability engineering? May we have Prof. Hu to answer this?
Hi, thanks for your question and for your interest in the environmental and the sustainability. I would like to address the difference between the environmental study, which is offered by NUS Faculty of Science and the Faculty of Arts, and also the environmental and the sustainable engineering offered by CDE. Basically, for environmental and sustainable engineering, we apply the engineering principles to solve environmental challenges and issues. So this curriculum is more technical. It's also more like a problem solving. It's more quantitative, whereas the environmental study focuses on interdisciplinary research on the environmental issues. So their curriculum is probably a bit like a qualitative and a wider kind of scope. So this is going to affect the career development for the graduates. For example, for environmental and sustainable engineering students, so after their graduation, they will then adopt some of the careers in the field of like technology, environmental technology, engineering solutions, sustainability in the industry, as well as in the government agencies, as well as in the academia. But for environmental studies students, and they probably will be more focusing on environmental policy, environmental education, communication, project management, and so on and so forth. So the choice is going to impact a lot on for example, the students' career development in the future, as well as their academic pursuit in the future as well. On top of it, there's one more point. Our environmental and sustainable engineering program allows students to do a professional registration upon their graduation. So which allow the student to take on the technical positions which require a lot of like a technology kind of background and qualification. Thank you for your interest again.
Thank you. So for our next question, we have, how is IPM different from the other engineering disciplines offered in CDE? So can we have our IPM Prof. Stephen, to answer this, please?
Okay, thank you so much. And again, many thanks to Carlos for raising this question. So if we take a step back and look at the programs that CDE has to offer, you have different forms of engineering. And where IPM stands in is actually the integration of several key disciplines that we want our graduates to excel in. So for example, we have engineering, management, finance, and law. So that's one point to take note of. The other unique so-called point about the IPM program is that we are currently the only undergraduate program that is GMA, or Green Mark Associate, certified by the Singapore Green Building Council. Now, I note, when we talk to employers, when we talk to students, we do know that there's a very strong interest in sustainability, and that's why the BEng IPM currently is the only undergraduate program that is GMA, or Green Mark Associate, certified. And earlier on, I think there was conversations on AI. Again, we do have courses to prepare our students to be conversant in the use of AI, and not only in the use of AI, but also to be able to make informed decisions in decision making for projects in the context of the built environment. And again, thank you so much, Carlos, for raising that question.
Okay, thank you. So we have another question from Chanda, which is, what are some of the career prospects after graduating from civil engineering? I think we can have Ben Low, our student, as well as the prof, answer this question.
Yeah, maybe I'll take the question first. Thank you so much for the question. I would say there are basically a few different categories. There are consultants, and also contractors, and also government bodies. So basically, consultants, they kind of design stuff like basically structures, etc. And contractors, there are things like site engineers where they go out to the field to work, and there are also government bodies where they regulate the activities, such as construction activities. Yep.
Probably I'll just add on a little bit more from what Ben has shared. So there are the three main categories, but in recent years we do see an emerging category or track, which is entrepreneurs. You do see that the built environment is or the construction is an area where there are a lot of low-lying fruits to improve productivity or to use of AI robotics to actually improve the industry. So there are actually quite a number of startups from NUS itself, from our department, where students and also our academic staff have their startup which were to help to improve the built environment. On top of that, you see that there's actually a very big catchment of companies and government to attract and also to get civil engineering graduates. We do find that the number of female students joining the industry is actually getting more and more. They could easily transit to different type of sectors as they move on in their life. We will see some may start off with a consulting and then gradually move into government for policy works where they have a better work-life, family time management. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for answering the question, both of you. The next question is, what are the requirements to enter sustainability and environmental engineering? So could we have both the student and the prof to answer this as well?
Yes, sure. So I'll answer this question first. So for me personally, I came from an A-levels background with H2 in 2 science subjects, and I find that that is quite a good background for you to come from into this program. Generally, I would say having a good foundation in chemistry and biology will help with the studies. Of course, we also have poly graduates joining the program. It's really quite a, I would say, easy to transit into.
I would like to just add on just a little bit in terms of the requirement to enter environmental and sustainability engineering at the CDE. Basically, this program is very interdisciplinary. So we integrate biology, chemistry, engineering, as well as policy, into our curriculum, into our program. So for students who have such kind of background and you are interested, passionate about sustainability, do consider about us, and we welcome the potential JC and the poly as well as the IB students.
Thank you so much. So the next question we have is, what career opportunities are available for graduates with a degree in IPM? So I think, again, we can have both the prof and the student to answer this question.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So for IPM, it's really a multidisciplinary program where we really integrate a lot of different areas into the program. For example, finance, management, law, and engineering. So therefore, in that aspect, we do have quite a number of career pathways available, such as being a project manager or quantity surveyor, which is someone who essentially calculates the cost of how much a building would take to be constructed. So the range of career opportunities are really wide-ranging. And on top of that, our department does offer a lot of various career talks with alumni coming down to share about what they do on a daily basis, and also open up internship opportunities to our major people who are taking our major. So maybe my professor can add on to that.
Okay, thank you, Sean. And again, thank you, Carlos, for asking questions again. The short answer, to your question, and it's a very good question, is that there's actually a lot of available career opportunities. Now, let me expand on the short answer that I provided earlier. So, for example, you have the core built environment related careers, for example, in project management, quantity surveyors, as what Sean has mentioned. But then you also have peripheral so-called careers that we've seen our graduates not only enter, but also are successful in their careers. For example, we have one graduate that joined Visa, the credit card company, Visa. Another one at McKinsey and Company, so he's a sustainability consultant. So in short, because I know time is quite limited, we do have students who join the B sector, and again, my colleague, Associate Professor Gabriel Kor, has provided some of the so-called careers, both careers within the built environment and careers outside of the built environment. Then you may be wondering, why is this possible? Now, if we take a step back, and look at all these careers, there's one common denominator that undermines all these careers, be it within the built environment or outside of the built environment. And that common denominator is managing projects. Okay, and that's one key skill that we want our students to develop, to master across the 3.5 or 4 years that you're with us, so that once you graduate from the BEng IPM undergraduate degree, you'll be proficient to contribute meaningfully to the built environment with project management skills. Thank you, Carlos, for the question.
Okay, so for the next question, it is a long one, so be patient with me. I'm going to read it out from Wei Liang. What it says is, I'm interested in the maritime industry, example Tua Sport, and does the NUS Civil Engineering curriculum provide students exposure in maritime fields aside from the typical built environment sector? And then for the second part of this question, he mentioned, I saw that the NUS CEE provides students the opportunity to take the fundamental engineering exam before graduating in year 4. So could you share what are some training programmers and possible reasons why the passing rate may be low, and it is quite concerning for civil engineering students? So maybe we can have our professor to answer this question.
So thank you, Wei Liang, for the two interesting questions. So first, I think for the program, right, the curriculum, it does not only cater to the conventional built environment. The built environment actually covers a wide spectrum. So we have actually within our department, we cover structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, hydraulics, climate change mitigation, transportation engineering, and we also, within our department, we also partner where we have another program which is environmental and sustainable engineering. So students can actually get a wide spectrum of that. Within transportation engineering, we also do cover courses on logistics, shipping, optimization. So those are some of the relevant courses to the maritime sector. And if they are interested, students, when they graduate, they can also go into some of the master's program offered by our department or in the other departments, for example, the ISEM, which also cover deeper into the maritime sector. The other question that Wei Liang has asked about is on the FEE, the Fundamentals of Engineering Examination. So we have actually started together with the Professional Engineers Board and also with NUS and the other institutions to try to promote, to get more students to try out FEE while they are still studying. So with that would actually lead to students taking it earlier. And that means the passing rate may drop with earlier taking, but there's an intention in mind that we want them to take, and probably also to take, if they don't pass, take the subsequent year. But we do see that overall the number of students who pass 3 to 5 years after graduation has actually increased. So I think that is an outcome that we wanted. And also the PE board president, the IES president are both the alumni of NUS Civil Engineering. So we are very mindful and we do see there is a positive outcome. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much for answering it. We have another question for CE. Are there a lot of hands-on projects for civil engineering? Maybe Ben can take this question.
Thank you for the question. I think there are actually quite a lot of hands-on projects for civil engineering. So as soon as you come into year 1, the first module I took was about structural and soil together. So what we did was we created a bridge and also a crane. There are 2 different projects. So I think there are multiple projects that you can actually do in civil engineering, starting from year 1 all the way up to year 4, where maybe you get to go on internship and then get to do these kind of actual projects in the field. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for answering the question. Our next question is, what is expected for an IB student to focus on to build her profile to get into the environmental and sustainable engineering? And what competitive exams and projects a student should do to get more weightage in the application portfolio? So can we have our environmental and sustainable engineering professor to answer this, please?
Hi, thanks for your very interesting question. So this is obviously an IB student. So how are you going to focus on building your profile to get into the environmental and sustainability engineering? So basically, what you need to show to us is, of course, you meet the basic requirement, that is the requirement for IB student entering into the CDE. And on top of that, you just need to showcase to us you are very passionate for sustainability related activities, projects, R&D works, and so on and so forth, and with a good understanding about environmental challenges and issues and what you have done in terms of your extra curriculum activities towards handling, addressing all of those challenges and issues. So showcase to us your passionate. This is very important thing. Even though you don't have much in your background yet, you probably don't have enough portfolio yet, it doesn't matter. So long as you have this kind of like a passionate inside your mind, and you are willing to take on these challenges to kind of like create impact and save the planet, and together with us we build the sustainability for the environment, for the society. I think that's probably will be good enough. So please showcase to us something relevant to that. That would be good enough. Thank you.
Thank you so much for answering that. So the next question is on overseas attachment, and I think this is a question that is perfect for us to open up to the whole floor. So maybe we can start with Sean from IPM.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So for myself, I'll be going to Hong Kong for my student exchange program next semester, which is something that I really look forward to. But aside from Hong Kong, we do have a lot of partner universities from all around the world. So just to name a few, for example, Japan, Taiwan, even China, Canada, United States, etc. So we do have a whole wide range of universities that our students are able to go into for their exchange program. And on top of that, we also have winter exchange program, where some of my friends had just 2 months ago just recently came back from a winter exchange in Korea. So that's just some of the possibilities that we have.
We can move on to answer. We can continue answering it for the other programs as well.
Okay, so maybe I'll just add on to Sean's point, 2 points specifically. First, one unique feature about the IPM is usually students will go for exchange in their senior years, but with IPM we do encourage our students in year 1 or maybe even year 2 to proceed with overseas exchange if, let's say, the academic requirements, academic units cleared fulfills the criteria. So if I recall correctly, we did have one student in her year 1. At the end of year 1 she went for exchange. So I think that's one unique feature, and the reason we want to advocate this early exposure to an overseas exchange is that so that when the student returns and continues his or her candidature in NUS, he or she then begins to see the entire curriculum from a global perspective. Okay, so that's the first point I want to make, an early overseas experience in IPM. The second point I want to add on to Sean's response is that many a times students, yes, they have secured an overseas exchange placement, but finance is something that holds them back. So what we have in IPM is known as the Study Awards, which I have talked about briefly in the early presentation. And this Study Awards is eligible to students who apply to us, and they can use these Study Awards to fund their overseas exchange experience. Okay, so I thought these 2 points will be quite helpful in your consideration, because what you're going to do is to make an informed decision that will last you for the next 3.5, 4 years in NUS. Thank you very much.
Thank you for our colleagues from IPM. They have more or less addressed in terms of our overseas attachment, and typically this applies to our year 3 student. They go overseas and have a student exchange program for a couple of months. What I like to emphasize here is that for environmental and sustainability engineering student, they have many choices all over the world, and there's one place which is super popular, which is in Europe, and some of the universities they are very good in terms of the sustainability subjects. That's why our students are very keen to go there to have the relevant exposure. And one more point I'd like to add on is that on top of the whole semester student exchange program, we also encourage our students to go overseas for a short-term period of time, either for innovation projects, for a conference, and for something very interesting activities like that, for competition as well. So in the environmental and sustainability engineering field, there are plenty of this kind of opportunities for our students. And what's more, our department also offers student awards to support them in terms of their thriving. Thank you very much.
So perhaps I just add a little bit more. I think you probably have heard CDE as a whole, we do have quite a number of awards, and over here, the IPM, Civil Environmental Engineering, we do have awards to help students. So I think students are never held back from their decision to pursue something due to financial consideration. So these awards will help the students definitely a lot. To come back to the overseas attachment, we also have, I think for our department, we have very strong links not only within the local industry, we also have a strong partnership with some of the global companies where students can actually go over there for their overseas attachment. For example, Obayashi, which is one of the big company in Japan, and also many others, for example, CCC from China. There's another thing that is probably unique about NUS for overseas experience, which is our NOC program. So NUS Overseas College is something very unique. It's a program where students go overseas for their entrepreneurship experience. Earlier, I do share that entrepreneurship startup is one of the pillar or the career prospect for our students, and there is one area where a lot of students are going over there either through the NUS Overseas College, or there are also some other smaller programs which also encourage or promotes the entrepreneurship aspects. Thank you.
So yeah, I think something that's super exciting for NUS students is always these overseas attachments to gain global perspective and immerse themselves in the culture and learn new things and bring it back to NUS. So apart from that, we also have another question. This is about the NUS CE Club, where you post visits and programs. So how the student is curious about how they can join the club and what is student life like in CE. Yeah.
Maybe I can take that question as the treasurer of CE Club. So the way we attract civil engineering students is at the start of every academic year, we will open up sign-ups for new students to come in and basically submit their application to become part of CE Club. I see that you were pretty informed with CE Club, where not only we do site visits but also internals programs such as Civil and Environmental Engineering Day. So I think those are some of the major activities that we do on a yearly basis. Yep.
That sounds great. So unfortunately, we are running out of time for the Q&A session. So if you have any further questions or would like to learn more about the programs offered here, feel free to visit the CDE website, and also feel free to ask more questions in the Q&A chat board as well. And right now, I'll hand my time back to Yanning.
Thanks, Harini, for that incredible, insightful AMA session and for addressing so many great questions. Before we wrap up this section, we'd like to invite you to explore our CDE Open House website. We'd like to invite you to explore our eOpen House microsite, where you'll find a wealth of catered content. This includes our Day in the Life series featuring all 15 undergraduate program and CDE, stories on learning beyond the classroom, a virtual campus tour, and exclusive access to 15 of our labs. You'll also find comprehensive program videos and student presentations to help you better understand what each program offers. If you like a more personalized experience, you're in luck. You can sign up for a one-on-one chat with one of our CDE ambassadors from 3rd to 6th March. It's a great opportunity to have your questions answered directly by our students. We also have 3 more webinars lined up this afternoon. If you missed the QR code earlier, no worries. Simply scan one on this slide to register. If you're passionate about impacting life, join us at 3 p.m. for our next segment. Professors and students from biomedical engineering, chemical engineering, material science and engineering will be sharing more about their program and experiences. We hope to see you there. For those of you all in Singapore, we'd love to see you at the upcoming NUS Open House this Saturday, 7th March. At the Open House, you will get to soak in the vibrant campus atmosphere, engaging with our faculty members, interact with current students, and join our campus tour and hands-on workshops. It's your chance to explore our state-of-the-art facilities and experience our program up close to find the best fit for you. It's truly the best way to get a real feel of life at NUS CDE and discover the exciting possibilities that awaits you. Simply scan a QR code to visit our website to find more information about the open house activities. Before we wrap up, just a quick reminder to all pre-university students that the application deadline for Singapore Cambridge GCE A-Level applicants, as well as NUS Scholarship, is 19th March, so do remember to submit your applications. In addition, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Please take a moment to scan the QR code and share your feedback with us. Your input will help us improve future events and make them even better. Once again, thank you all for joining the third webinar of this eOpen House. We hope to see you later at the next webinar starting at 3 p.m. Thank you.